share my screen. All right. It is official. Where's everybody at? They just hanging out. My office looks like a mess, but it's actually the most organized it's ever been. That's funny. Let's see.
You're a trip.
There it is. There you are, friend. I need you right here. Okay. Let's see. Maybe people are watching on Facebook. Or maybe they just don't want to hang out with me, Lisa.
It's sad that I'm the only one here.
I know. Starting. Okay. I have a love-hate relationship with this stupid light. It makes my eyeballs hurt, so then I have to wear the glasses, but
And it's glaring at your forehead.
I can't stand it. Let's see here. If they're on Facebook, then I won't feel bad, but I don't see any people. All right, we're going to give them 2 minutes, and then we're starting, Lisa, with or without these people.
Okay.
Do you have a good day at work?
Oh, it was crazy.
It was. I'm sorry.
I've just been overwhelmed. But it'll be all right.
Yes, it was.
One of these days. The week after Christmas, because I'm off.
Right? Are you so excited?
Yes.
What are you going to do all week?
Well, I'm off Monday and Tuesday, work Wednesday and Thursday, and then off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's almost a week.
That weekend. That'll be really good. I think Tracy's going to get on.
She was talking to a coworker.
Yeah.
She had to hang up with me because coworker was calling and something was going on. So it may be a hot minute before she gets here.
That's okay. Oh, Lisa Marshall said she's watching on Facebook. Lisa,
Okay.
I wish you would hop on Zoom. But that's good. I'm glad you're here. No matter what.
Or I said, hey.
Lisa says, hey. Other Lisa. Okay. Well. All right, I said 2 minutes. Here we are. All right, you guys, I'm so excited. Okay. So, Mary Kay released an email, okay? I don't know if you guys have checked her email in the past, 3 hours. But we did some research. My director friends, my national, Holly Lowe, we did some research. We wanted to really understand what this meant, okay? So first off, if you haven't seen the email, I'm about to share my screen and let you see it, okay? So give me 2 seconds. Let's see. All right, now how do I share my screen? Do that. Share. Can y'all see this? Whoop.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, let me make sure people on Facebook can see it. Share screen. Lisa Marshall, you have been on a Zoom call before with me on our meetings. Okay. Y'all, first of all, what? Okay. So if you are pushing to be a STAR consultant, hence we have Brianna Davis, Ashley Johnson, and Christy Summerall. But here's what's great. Those 3 girls are on target to finish their STAR. What if you're not on target and you feel like, okay, I just need you to know tomorrow, okay, December 15th, okay, literally starting at midnight, okay, so meaning like it's really central time, so it's 1 o'clock on the eastern side, okay, even though you could totally just wait till in the morning. I mean, if you're like me, I'm sleeping, okay. You can earn extra STAR consultant credits, okay? So here's what's cool. So we get prizes based on our levels, right? So you get to pick out your prize, whatever. If you are a sapphire, which is the smallest level of STAR, that's great, okay? But if you really wanted a prize that was like 2,500 points or something, then this might just help you out, okay? If you only have done 200 wholesale in the quarter, okay? Did you hear me? 200, 200. Wholesale in the quarter tomorrow. If you place a 600, okay, order, and it can be cumulative, okay? So what that means is, hey, Brianna. So what that means is if you only need, okay, Brianna needs 800 something wholesale to finish her STAR. Well, actually, tomorrow, if she only places a 600 tomorrow, she's done with her STAR because Mary Kay is giving her 1,000 points to go towards that. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about?
Was made official earlier today.
Are y'all tracking with me? Can y'all hear me? Is everybody listening? Okay. What this means is if you only have 200 and you do 600 tomorrow, it can be either one solid 600 order. It can be multiple different orders throughout the day that end up totaling up 600 wholesale, okay? Mary Kay is giving you 1,000 points and you're going to be a STAR. You're going to reap the rewards of STAR consultant. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get referrals to your website. You're going to get prizes galore. You're going to be invited to our STAR consultant party. You are going to get a t-shirt from me. Like, you're going to earn all your little jewels, whatever level you end up being at. Okay. Now, if you're already a STAR and you do a 600 tomorrow, you get to add these credits to your existing STAR. Okay. So that means that you bump yourself up like, well, you're doing 600, then you get 1,000 points towards that. Oh my gosh. Either way, y'all cannot miss STAR. Like, this is so easy. Okay. So also their prime and set promotion, which is our foundation primer and our finishing spray, has been extended until the 20th. So you can still get that 55% off. Are y'all so excited? I'm excited. Okay. So are y'all all here? Y'all hear what I'm talking about? Because y'all are not as excited as I am. And I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Hello?
What are you doing? You are going in and out.
Me?
Yes, you.
Let's mute Tracy. Now can you hear me better?
Oh, I could hear you. It was just the screen kept going in and out.
Huh.
You were on and then you were off and you were on and you were off.
I have no idea.
I don't either. But you're on now.
Okay, good. That's good. So do y'all understand this star consultant stuff? Can y'all just unmute and say yes?
Yes, it sounds great.
If you don't, tell me now.
Thing.
Do what?
Yeah, I did a. There we are. I did another
Yay!
excitement
How
thing up
cute
there.
is that? That's cute as a button. Well, I was hoping. Hey, Ashley. I hope you heard my whole spill. I don't know who this Facebook user is, but I'm glad you got it. Glad you got it. Okay. So, tomorrow, if you still are a stretch for your star, place a 600 order and you're done. Okay. You don't have to do any more. But here's why, because Mary Kay is giving you 1,000 credits towards your star consultant. All you have to do is place a 600 tomorrow and your star is done. If you are done with star, it will add to your star. I mean, that's amazing. Okay. All right. So it's hard for me to keep up with what's going on Facebook. Oh, hey, Lindsay. Oh, you figured it out. Okay, great. Nope, I can't tell that it's you, but, all right. So here is what is amazing. Can y'all see me? Everybody's good? Let's pin my video. We good? Who is finishing their star? If you're not already done, please, if you're on Facebook, comment below and tell me that you're doing this. Like 600 wholesale and you're a star consultant. Are you kidding me? What? They've never done this in Mary Kay history. I'm so excited. Some of y'all are not as excited as me, but I'm excited. All right. So my training today is from this amazing book that I earned from Holly. Okay. And it's From My Heart to Yours. It's Mary Kay Ash's, like, her, what's it called? Her speeches at different events. And it's like compiled into a notebook. And you can go back and I hate this glare. Would y'all be okay if I turn this stupid light off? My lighting just won't be as great. Is that okay with y'all? Y'all go with that. I can take these off too. Woo! Okay. So, anyways, I was flipping through this and I was like, we've got to have something really inspirational and so good for tonight, since tomorrow is such a big day. Pre-pink deadline is tomorrow. So if you want to earn a training with Holly Lowe on Saturday, you got to make sure that's done. If you do your 600 tomorrow, I mean, you're immediately a star. I mean, like, that's a big deal. So it's just like, it's a big deal tomorrow, right? So I wanted you guys to have some really good inspiration from the heart of Mary Kay. I'm great, but I'm not as great as Mary Kay. Let's be clear, okay? My brother-in-law just texted me and said, your forehead is really shiny with that glare. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So this is titled, A Change in Your Attitude Can Change Your Life. Can change your life. Okay. So the first thing she goes to say is, a quitter never wins. A quitter never wins. And a winner never quits. It is so important to develop a positive I can attitude. Do you know the story of the two shoe salesmen who were sent to Africa? Y'all, I have never heard this except for through Mary Kay. So I think it's brilliant. Okay. So everybody, can y'all just give me a thumbs up? Make sure that y'all can hear me, because it's like dead silent and I can't see faces.
I hear you.
Okay, good. So the story of the two shoe salesmen who went to Africa, okay? One came back, returning immediately. No one wears shoes here. Okay. The other salesman said, fantastic opportunity. I'm going to sell millions of shoes because nobody has any. So when you think of a glass of water, do you describe it as half full or half empty? I know that's something that we've probably heard over the years, and it's not that big of a deal, but y'all, it is. It is a big deal. So when you think of the traffic lights as stoplights or go lights, be careful your attitude is showing. Remember, an optimist is a fellow who, on finding his, excuse me, where did I lose my place? Remember, an optimist is a fellow who, on finding his foot coming through his soul, just feels he is on the ground floor. Okay, so what does this mean to you? Sometimes being an optimist sounds like a load of hockey. Okay, like let's be real. Okay, when you're trying to be positive in a crappy situation, you feel like a load of hockey. Okay, but the deal is in a business where you can be told no at any point in time. You can have lots of cancellations. You can have a lot of people just not respond, maybe in a message or a Facebook post or whatever. That you have to be optimistic. Okay. When let's say I have my profile cards with leads on the back of the profile cards where we've done the fabulous game at a party or whatever. Okay. Here's the deal. I have to look at that and I have to say to myself, and I do it every single day that I make my calls. My next recruit is in this list. Do I know that? No, but I believe that. If I make all these calls, I'm diligent, I do it 3 times and do the 3 texts, like I'm going to find a new recruit in my next appointment. Okay. That's optimistic thinking rather than just feeding yourself a load of hockey. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a big deal. And I know it might seem dumb, but the better that you get at having optimistic thinking, the easier your business will be. And guess what? The more fun you will have as well. Okay. So, I heard a wonderful story about a young bride from the East who, during the war, followed her husband to an army camp on the edge of the desert in California. Living conditions were primitive at best. If y'all don't know, like army living conditions, like suck. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. And I'm not just saying that from my husband's experience. I'm saying that from my personal experience. Like they said, okay. And he advised against her coming, but she wanted to be with him. The only housing they could find was a shack near an Indian village. The heat was unbearable during the day, 115 degrees in the shade. The wind blew constantly, spreading dust over everything. The days were long and boring. Her only neighbors were Indians who spoke no English. When her husband had to leave for 2 weeks of maneuvers, the loneliness got the best of her. She wrote her mother that she was coming home. In a short time, her mother replied with these words. 2 men looked out from prison bars. One saw mud, the other stars. She read the lines over and over and felt ashamed. All right, she thought, I will look for the stars. She set out to make friends with the Indians and asked them to teach her how to weave and make pottery. At first, they were distant, But when they sensed her interest was genuine, they returned her friendship. She became fascinated with their culture, their history, their language, and everything about them. She began to study the desert as well. Soon, it too changed her own attitude. Hold on. Why do I do that? I always lose my thoughts. Okay, soon it too changed from a desolate, forbidding place to a marvelous thing of beauty. She became such an expert that she later wrote a book about it. What changed? The desert didn't change, the Indians didn't change, her situation didn't change. Simply by changing her own attitude. It was a decision of her attitude, of how she was going to look on something. She had transformed a miserable experience into a highly rewarding one. The great American philosopher William James once said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." So, why did I want to start off with that? First off, if you're not where you are, where you want to be in your business, understand like you don't have to stay there. Okay. Second, if you're brand new and you have no idea what you're doing and you're just kind of going with the flow, like that's great. But here's the deal. There's going to come a time where my daddy used to call it an attitude adjustment. Okay. It was called a spanking, a come to Jesus meeting. You might need a come to Jesus meeting on your attitude. Okay. And I'm not talking about like eye rolling attitude. I'm talking about what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're doing is all linked to your brain and like how you perceive things, but also like how you react to things. Okay. So for example, okay. Y'all, I haven't always earned cars. I haven't always had a house with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I haven't always had my own fenced in backyard. I literally started from the bottom. Okay. I need y'all to understand. When I started my Mary Kay business, we lived in a 2-bedroom duplex, 1 bathroom. And I say that because it's really hard when you have 2 adults and only 1 bathroom. I'm just like, especially when you have a husband that takes 30 minutes just to poop. Like, seriously. But we lived in a duplex, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, with 3 dogs and us. And the air condition barely worked in the summer, and the heat barely worked unless it had heat strips in the ceilings. And them suckers will it would run you up out of there, but then your power bill would come and it'd be like $500 for the month. So it was like, why did I even do it? Okay. So, I need you to understand my attitude and my perspective has changed a whole lot over the years. And God has really molded me. But if you're at a point where you really think, I might just want to replace my income and work this Mary Kay thing, or maybe you're new and you're like, I'm putting my feet into it. I want to see where it takes me, but I'm not sure yet. I need you to understand like this Mary Kay opportunity took me from a 2-bedroom duplex to earning 3 cars, diamonds, trips, and paying for a house. Okay. So if you have ever questioned whether or not you're in the right place, I need you to know that you are. And I don't say any of that to be boastful, but I need you to understand that my attitude is the whole reason I got here. Because if you have a sour attitude or you feel like everything sucks around you, you're bringing all of that in with you and it's putting off on people. And this is a people business and they can sense all of that. Okay. Whether they say it or not. So I want to ask you what your perspective is in your business. When somebody says, I just really don't, I don't really need anything right now. Okay, no big deal. Why don't I follow up with you in a couple days and we can book a party for you? Maybe that you can get a ton of free stuff. What do you think? Or I could have just said, okay, girl, bye. It's responsive, but it's also my attitude, right? So, do you need to check up from the neck up? What have you been saying to yourself? Y'all, when I started really working Mary Kay, because remember there was like a 1 year hiatus where I didn't really work my business. I started picking this business up because I wanted to leave my job. I was waitressing. I was going to school full time. I worked 40 hours a week on my feet, waiting tables for people who were not always nice. Okay. And sometimes you would get people who would run me to death. Okay. Where they constantly ask for extra this. And then I come back and they needed something else. And then I come back and then they needed something else. And then they tip you $1. Okay. I used to get so pissed off, but here's the deal. At the end of the day, that was the job that I chose. And I was staying there until I made a different decision. Okay. And so if you've ever been in a situation where you're like miserable at the place where you're working or just at a, just whatever you're doing, I need you to really reevaluate your attitude towards that job. Because it was less stressful and I didn't hate it as much as long as my attitude was good and I knew I wasn't going to be there forever. That's how I fixed my attitude because I was working really hard in something else outside of outside of Texas Roadhouse. I wasn't crying on the way to work anymore because I knew if I kept pushing, Mary Kay was going to replace my income. And then when it did, I said, bye. And the manager told me whenever, in a month, whenever this fails, just come on back and I'll rehire you. A month later, I earned my first car and did donuts in the parking lot. So what I'm saying is you got to understand, you got to really choose your attitude. Choose your attitude and resort to gratitude. Gratitude. If there's ever a time where I'm like, God, it's sucking right now. Nothing is moving. I can't recruit. Like, I'm not selling like I usually do. Like, what is the deal? Then I stop and I look around and I say, God, he is really giving me a whole lot. And I'm complaining about something that's not that serious right now. Because he's provided. God has given me a home. He's given me the cars. He's given me the diamonds. And I promise he will too for you. But you got to give him something to bless. The Bible talks so much about your mind and to be fruitful. And in order to be fruitful, it all starts in your head. Like, it really does. Like, whatever you're saying, whatever you're believing, I promise that's the truth. Your brain just assumes that whatever you think is the truth. That's why people want to argue about opinions. I'm like, it's a butthole. We all have one. Like, it's fine. So, I want to give you some quick sales tips for tonight, okay? And I say that because tomorrow's a big day. I'm so excited. Tomorrow is a big day, okay? If you're wanting to finish your Star Consultant, all you got to do is 600 wholesale. Mary Kay is going to add 1,000 to that. And if you've already done 200, like, you're already done. You're done with your Star. I'm so excited. Okay. So, first off, I want to tell you, like, sharing your goal is important. It is so important, okay? So let me explain. This morning, or excuse me, last night before bed, about 5 o'clock, I sent out a text to all my customers and I said, "Hey, like I just want to give Trey something super special. You know, he'll be home soon in our 7th anniversary and la 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 la." I was telling them what my like you spend money with me, this is what's happening, right? I'm telling them my goal. Okay. I broke it down. I just kind of told them like this is our 3rd anniversary that we've not seen each other. And so I just want to make it special for him or whatever. And I want you to know I woke up this morning with 4 customers ordering products with me. I don't know if they needed it or if they were just like helping me. I don't know. 4 customers ordered products this morning for me because of my text message. One girl said, "I love that you're doing something super special for your husband. And I can't spend a lot right now, but I'll take a brow tint." Okay, so she spent $14 with me, but that was $14 more than I had the day before, right? So I say all of this because I want you to understand that you sharing your goal and what you're working for, it really matters. And when you tell people what you're working for, they're more supportive, okay? So sometimes you might want to share your ultimate goal. Like, this year I'm working for, to earn my first car, or I'm trying to move up and go into my red jacket or whatever. But sometimes you just have those small goals like I have right now. I want to take my husband to a daggum football game that I'm not really going to care for, but he's going to love it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that you do. But you have to be willing to put yourself out there and communicate. Okay. Because I promise, like, if you don't tell them, you don't send the text, you don't call them, they don't know. You can post it on Facebook, but listen, not everybody sees everything on Facebook. I have probably at least 1,000 friends on Facebook, and there's no way I don't see everybody's post. I don't. Like, it's some algorithm crap. I have no idea. So what do I think you should do? I think you should make a personal phone call and say, "Hey girl, listen, this is what I'm working for. This is what I'm doing. I wanted to ask you if you'd be willing to get a charcoal mask or something for me today just to help me with my goal. I'm finishing up my first star, or I'm finishing up whatever your goal is." Okay. And I just want you to take action. Okay. So make those calls, be diligent, sell as much products as you can. If you don't know where to start, let me give you a list of where to start. Are y'all ready? Okay. So tips for building your list. So if you have a names notebook, everybody, when y'all come in as a new consultant, I tell you to grab a notebook, start brainstorming all the girls you know, every girl that you know that has skin. Okay. And if you haven't done it, I encourage you to do that tonight. But here's some like little ideas or thoughts to help you really think of people that you know. Okay. So let's see. All right. Do you know somebody from an old job? Do you have a girlfriend that you used to work with? You ain't seen her in forever. Do you have a girl that you can think of from school or college? What about from a hobby that you did? I don't really my hobby is Mary Kay and shopping, so I don't really have any of those other hobbies, but you might. Do you know any other moms from like kids activities when your kids were little, or if your kids are still little, like, do you know any moms from those activities that your kids do? What about from church? Have you talked to all the girls at church? From community activities. So this could be like, I don't know, like the Dickens of Christmas, like we did in Spartanburg, or I don't know, just different things. Soup kitchen, all kinds of stuff. Okay. Maybe you used to rent from somebody, or you currently rent from somebody and it's a girl. I would recommend you stick with the girls. Okay. Maybe you bought a house from someone and they were a girl, or your lender was a girl, or whatever. Who is a friend of a friend? Can you get some referrals from people? Yes, yes, yes. What about a dry cleaner? Do you know a dry cleaner? Can you think of somebody that you met on vacation? Who checked you in at your hotel? Who gives your kid specific lessons like baseball hitting lessons or dance lessons or whatever? Who cuts your hair? Who fills your prescription? Who's your pharmacy girl? Who leads the PTA? Do you know anybody who leads Girl or Boy Scouts? Who works as a receptionist? Who do you know? Who is your maid of honor? Hopefully you've already reached out to her. If not, it's okay. Who is your cleaning lady? Who did you meet at a store? Who was the bride that you knew? Like maybe you went because you're on the husband's side, friends, whatever, and you knew a bride. Who is your child's teacher or previous teacher? Who is the secretary at your work? Who sells clothes to you? Y'all, I am on like 20 different boutiques on my Facebook. Okay. That's 20 new girls I could be talking to. Okay. Just saying. Who sells you your shoes? Who sold you your glasses? Who is the wait staff when you go out? Who was the waitress at your restaurant that you like to go to? Who did you meet at the last luncheon? Whatever that means. The last person that gave you great customer service. Who sells baskets or candles or Scentsy? I mean, who knows? Who lives near you? Who is your bank teller? Do you have a florist? Who was your nurse? I don't know who my nurses were whenever I gave birth. I have no idea. I was not really there. Okay. So I just wanted to give you an idea of like, tell the goal, reach out. Have you reached out to everybody you know? I highly doubt it. Did I help you come up with anything? All right. You guys, if you're on Facebook, please comment your takeaways. If you're on Zoom, I want you guys to unmute and tell me what is the main thing that you heard tonight that you're taking away.
Change your attitude.
Change your attitude. Got it. Anybody else?
Actually dig in and give Mary Kay a try.
Dig in. I like it. Lisa? Marshall.
I knew you were coming there next. Change the attitude. I mean, that's true in so many ways, but that's what resonates tonight.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Y'all, I have to tell you, on Facebook, Ashley, which is my sister, her little boy, Maddox, commented. He said, "This is Maddox, and my mom can do this." How stinking sweet is that? I love it. Okay. So, change your attitude. Don't leave tonight thinking that this business is impossible, because if you work it, it really works. And your whole attitude based on, okay, maybe you are working a job that you hate, but if you switch your own attitude based on that, it won't suck as bad. Because sometimes we make things worse when they don't have to be. You know what I mean? So thank y'all for being on tonight. I hope that you learned something, took away from something. I hope and pray that everybody in our unit does 600 wholesale tomorrow so that they can exceed their star and push to finish their star if they haven't. I'm so incredibly excited about that promotion. Like, I've never, ever, 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 ever seen that a day in my life. So I'm excited. All right, you guys. I love you guys. The week of Christmas, okay? I'm trying to think when that is. Hold on. It's next week. All right. Y'all, listen. Next week, we will not have a meeting on Tuesday nights. Okay. I will be doing a live video on Monday. Okay. Monday instead of Tuesday. I'll do a live Facebook video. You can watch the replay whenever you want, but we are not going to do like a meeting like this on Tuesday. My husband's coming in, and then Christmas is that weekend. And so I just want us to spend time with our families, but I am going to do a real quick video next week on Monday. Okay. So I'll be reaching out to a lot of y'all tomorrow just to help you push and finish and stretch. Sell some products. Like, even if you haven't had a party yet, or you have had a party and you don't have anything else going on this week, I just want to recommend that you make some calls, you do your due diligence, and sell some products and order tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.